My name is Ethan Harrington, and at 65, I've learned that life's most profound lessons often come from the places we least expect. This story begins 12 years ago, when I was 53, a self-made billionaire whose empire in renewable energy had afforded me every luxury imaginable. Private jets, waterfront estates, exclusive memberships. But amid all that wealth, I was failing at the one thing that mattered most: raising my daughter, Sophia. Sophia was 8 then, a bright but increasingly difficult child. After losing her mother to cancer when Sophia was just 2, I'd thrown myself into work, leaving her care to a parade of nannies, tutors, and the finest private schools money could buy. St. Augustine Academy was the crown jewel, an elite institution in the heart of Boston's most affluent neighborhood, with ivy-covered walls, state-of-the-art facilities, and tuition that could fund a small charity. I wanted Sophia to have everything I didn't growing up in a cramped apartment in South Boston, where my single mother scrubbed floors to keep us afloat. But in giving her the world, I'd inadvertently taught her that the world revolved around her. She was sharp, top of her class in most subjects, but entitled. She dismissed classmates who couldn't keep up with her designer wardrobe or exotic vacations. Teachers complained that she refused group work with lesser students, and her sharp tongue had reduced more than one child to tears. I tried interventions, stern talks, revoked privileges, even therapy, but nothing stuck. The staff deferred to her because they deferred to me, and I was too absent to enforce real boundaries. That crisp October afternoon changed everything. I cleared my schedule, a rarity, to pick Sophia up myself. Lately, her behavior reports had worsened, and I figured showing up might remind her I was watching. The school sat amid manicured parks and boutique shops, a bubble of privilege. I arrived early and decided to walk from the parking lot rather than idle in the rolls. As I neared the wrought iron fence enclosing the playground, I spotted Sophia. She wasn't with her usual clique of similarly privileged friends. Instead, she stood alone by the gate, engrossed in conversation with a girl on the other side of the bars. The girl outside was perhaps 9 or 10, thin as a reed, with matted auburn hair tied back in a frayed ribbon. Her clothes were oversized hand-me-downs, a faded dress patched in places, jeans rolled up at the cuffs, and sneakers so worn the soles flapped like loose tongues. A backpack slung over one shoulder looked stuffed with everything she owned. She clutched a spiral notebook, its cover battered and pages curling. What stunned me wasn't her evident poverty. It was the dynamic. Sophia, my haughty daughter who rarely listened to anyone, hung on this girl's every word. The stranger gestured animatedly at the notebook, explaining something with patience and enthusiasm. I edged closer, staying behind a hedge to observe unnoticed. See, if you isolate the variable like this, the girl said, pointing to an equation scrawled in pencil, you move the constants to the other side. It's like balancing a scale. You have to do the same thing to both sides, or it tips. Sophia nodded eagerly, her usual smirk replaced by genuine focus. Oh, that's why Mrs. Langford keeps saying inverse operations. I get it now. You're really good at this. The girl smiled, a warm, unguarded smile that lit her dirt-smudged face. Math's just puzzles. Once you see the pattern, it clicks. Want to try the next one? They bent over the notebook together, heads almost touching through the fence bars. Sophia solved the problem hesitantly at first, then with growing confidence as the girl encouraged her. You got it. See? You're smart too. Sophia beamed. What's your name? I am Sophia. LILA Ramirez. Where do you go to school, LILA? You should come here. You'd be the best in class. LILA's smile faded. She glanced down at her taped shoes. I don't go to school right now. Not since summer. Mom and we lost our apartment. We stay wherever we can. Sometimes the shelter, sometimes the car. Sophia's eyes widened. But how do you learn stuff? I sneak books from the library when Mom's job hunting, and I practice in my head. This notebook, I found in a bin behind a coffee shop. Someone threw it away after using just a few pages. She flipped it open to show neat rows of problems, solved in tiny handwriting to conserve space. I come here after your classes end. I listen through the windows or peek at the boards. Last week, I saw your teacher writing these equations. Figured them out myself. My throat tightened. This child, homeless, hungry for knowledge, was teaching my daughter, who had every resource, concepts that private tutors had failed to impart. That's not fair, Sophia said fiercely. You're smarter than anyone here. Daddy's super rich. He could pay for you to come. Lila laughed softly, without bitterness. Thanks, but places like this cost thousands. Mom says even if we had a home, we couldn't afford it. Sophia turned thoughtful. Well, Daddy can. And you deserve it. I couldn't stay hidden any longer. Stepping forward, I approached the fence. Sophia spotted me first. Daddy, this is Lila. She's teaching me algebra, way better than anyone. She's homeless, but super smart. We have to help her go to school here. Lila tensed, backing away instinctively. Her eyes, hazel and wary, darted like a cornered animal's. Rich men in tailored suits rarely meant good news for kids like her. It's okay, I said softly, kneeling to her level. I'm Ethan, Sophia's father. I won't hurt you or call security. I heard everything. You're remarkable, Lila. How old are you? 9, she whispered. 10 in March. And you taught yourself pre-algebra by eavesdropping on classes? She nodded, still guarded. That's extraordinary. What else do you love learning? Everything. Reading, science, history. School was my favorite place before. Her voice cracked, and something in me shattered. This wasn't abstract poverty. This was raw potential stifled. Where's your mom right now? At the laundromat, washing clothes for tips. I'm supposed to meet her at the library soon. I checked my watch, 4:15. May I drive you there? I'd like to speak with her about opportunities for you. Lila hesitated, hope warring with caution. What? Because talent like yours shouldn't be wasted. And because my daughter just learned more in 10 minutes from you than in weeks of lessons. After a long pause, she agreed. We walked to the car. Sophia, chattering excitedly, Lila silent but curious. In the back seat, Sophia peppered her with questions about books and favorite subjects. Lila answered thoughtfully, treating Sophia as an equal. Watching in a mirror, I saw my daughter's transformation. No condescension, just pure connection. At the public library, we found Lila's mother, Maria, at a computer terminal. Mid-30s, but exhaustion aged her. Dark circles under eyes, hair pulled back severely. She wore clean but worn clothes, typing furiously on a job application. When she saw Lila with strangers, panic flashed. Lila, who are these people? It's okay, Mom. This is Sophia and her dad, Ethan. He wants to talk about helping. Maria's gaze hardened on me. If this is about loitering near the school, we'll stop. We don't want trouble. No, I assured her. Quite the opposite. I watched Lila teach Sophia math through the fence. Concepts Sophia struggled with despite the best tutors. Your daughter is gifted. I want to help her get back to school and help you both stabilize. Maria's defenses cracked. Tears welled. We don't take handouts. We're managing. Lila touched her arm. Mom, we're not. The shelter was full again last night. You skipped dinner. Maria crumpled, burying her face in her hands. Sob shook her. I'm sorry. I lost my nursing assistant job when the clinic closed. Then rent. Everything snowballed. No address means no job offers. It's a trap. I pulled chairs into a quiet corner. Over the next hour, Maria shared their story. Single mom after an abusive relationship, steady work until layoffs, eviction, months of couch surfing turned car sleeping. Pride kept her from more aid, but desperation wore her down. What were you trained in? Administrative work, medical billing. Organized, detail-oriented. My foundation, focused on clean energy education, needed an operations coordinator. Genuine need. Here's my proposal, I said. Not charity, an opportunity. Temporary furnished apartment through the foundation. Professional wardrobe, reliable car. Job at my nonprofit, fair salary, benefits. In return, hard work, professionalism. And full scholarship for Lila at St. Augustine, plus any support she needs. Maria stared. Why us? You don't know us. Because Lila taught Sophia not just math, but humility. Because a child scavenging notebooks from trash to teach herself deserves investment. Because I see potential in both of you that circumstances are burying. Sophia added quietly. And because Lila's my friend now, the changes unfolded gradually, profoundly. Maria started tentatively, but excelled. Her organizational skills streamlined grants and programs. Within 2 years, she became director, redesigning outreach for at-risk families based on lived experience. Lila bloomed at St. Augustine. Shy at first, her intellect shone. She topped classes, mentored strugglers, including Sophia, who sought her out daily. Their friendship deepened. Sleepovers, once Lila adjusted to luxury, shared books, joint projects. Sophia's transformation was miraculous. Witnessing Lila's resilience, how she never complained, always shared knowledge, shattered her entitlement. She volunteered at shelters, tutored immigrant kids, advocated for scholarship funds. By high school, she was student council president pushing equity initiatives. Lila graduated valedictorian, earned full ride to MIT for applied math and education. Now, at 21, she's pioneering adaptive curricula for underserved schools, ensuring no child learns through Windows. Maria and Lila moved to their own home after 3 years. Maria insisted on repaying initial aid. Dignity, she said. You gave us a bridge. We crossed it ourselves. Today, our families are intertwined. Holidays together, Sophia, now 19, studying public policy at Harvard, calls Lila her sister. Maria mentors foundation staff. Looking back, that fence wasn't a barrier. It was a window. I could have dismissed Lila as a nuisance, hurried Sophia away. Instead, I saw a teacher in rags offering gifts richer than gold. Kindness without expectation, intellect unbound by wealth, character forged in hardship. Lila didn't just teach algebra. She taught us true wealth lies in spirit. That potential hides everywhere. That one act of recognition can redirect lives. And for that, I'm eternally grateful to the girl beyond the fence.